Hello everyone, welcome back to my channel. I'm Yaduvarman, a first MBBS student. So today's video is going to be about my NEET journey, my ups and downs, and I'm going to share everything with you people. So let's get right into it. So the story starts by March 2019. I was in my 10th grade giving my 10th board exams and it was all done. I did good, waiting for my results. So we had 2 months of holiday and I was just enjoying my life. Of course, I guess you also would have heard people saying just struggle, the struggles are intense, after that your life is set. So of course I believed whatever they said and I was just enjoying my life, didn't care about what's next. When the holidays were about to end, I was told that I have to shift schools. I've been studying in the school for 5 years and I had great friends and the school was amazing and I was not willing to shift school. I had to shift because of Akash, the place where all NEET aspirants go. So I had to. This is where my life starts turning. Till now I was having an amazing life and I was having fun and I was enjoying my life. But from this point onwards, everything starts going the opposite way. I wasn't willing to shift school. It was uncomfortable for me in the new school. I didn't want to make any friends. I just want to be left alone, not involved in anything. So I just basically made myself alone and made myself an introvert. The daily routine in school and with Akash was just too much for me because from starting, I didn't have any time to adapt, so I just had to go with the flow. So my school used to end at 5 and Akash starts by 6. Then it went on till 8:45. Then I was just tired, doing classes, school classes from morning, then attending Akash classes till night. I had no time to study. When I come home, I used to just eat and sleep. I was just too tired. I couldn't study at all. I just couldn't give an extra time to study. So seeing this, my parents, they changed me to the weekend batch in Akash. So it was like Saturday evening from 6 to 8:45 and Sunday full day. So it was going on like that. And at this point, I actually never wanted to do Akash. I wanted to do NEET. I wanted to do MBBS. But I was not ready for Akash. I didn't want to enter into such a pressurizing environment. My mind was just not ready for that. But yeah, I was there. I had to be there. I wasn't paying that much of attention in any of the classes in school or Akash because in 11th they say it's not an important year in CBSE for 11th. So I didn't care much. So I didn't study anything. I didn't focus much and I used to just play football a lot of time, play video games, scroll through YouTube, watch movies and stuff. Never really cared about my studies. And I knew I was messing up my life, but yeah, I didn't care to put any effort into it. Please don't do that. Any of you NEET aspirants out there, please don't do that. It's a wrong thing to do. Please don't do that. And yeah, 11th just went on like that. Our school finished 11th portions by December. So 11th was done. In 6 months, it's done, over. Then 12th started in Jan. So at this point, I decided to change my life. I wanted, by this time, I was set. I had good friends. They made the school bearable for me. So everything was going smooth, and I decided myself I'll focus fully on my studies, and I'll try to clear NEET in the first attempt. So I was fully into it, and I did keep up my word. I was studying. Jan and Feb went awesome. I did all my tests good. I did good in Akash. So everything was going smooth for me. Then the day came, March 24, 2020.
Message sent by the Prime Minister, 21 days lockdown.
Lockdown, COVID hit. Yeah, you know it. So it was a lockdown, nationwide lockdown for 21 days. So I thought, why not take a break for 21 days like most of you did. In these 21 days, I didn't study much. Online classes started for us. So I was just chilling. We used to get assignments here and there, but I didn't care that much. 21 days just flew like that. And days became weeks became months, and you know it, how long the lockdown was. And even my vacation, my holidays just extended. I used to fake my online classes. Sorry mom if you're saying this, but I used to do that. I didn't pay my focus in my online Akash classes. But these are all the mistakes I did. So I'm not blaming the lockdown for it. I'm blaming myself. I know people who utilize the time, who built themselves and even they focused on the studies and really proved themselves in NEET. But I really wasted my time. I really regret it now. For 6, 7, 8 months went on, and all I did was just watch YouTube, movies, series, play games. Hardly I gave any attention. Like I used to think, what am I doing? Like why am I wasting time? I used to think about that. I just used to complain and blame it on the lockdown and COVID for my misbehaviors. But I never took any effort to change it. I just kept blaming and complaining. That's all. That's also a bad thing. So take action, then that's when you will see a change. So please stop complaining and blaming others. You be responsible and take action towards the problem. Then you will start seeing changes. And then 2020 just went in a snap, just like that. 2021 came. I wasted my 2020. Now I thought 2021 is coming, and the COVID was slowly decreasing, and they are thinking about reopening our schools. I thought, fine, everything's gonna change, but there's another headache. Board exams were in just 5 months, so now I'll have to focus mostly on my board exams before NEET, because board exams is actually important for everyone. So I had to do that. So I didn't have time for preparing NEET. So I just focused entirely on 12th. So our school kept giving sample papers, mock test papers, and we had to practice and learn. And the school was rushing the syllabus to complete because there was a lot left out. And a lot of us didn't know anything when we went to school. People used to get 10, 11 marks out of 80 marks. So it was bad, it was horrible for a lot of us. We had to prepare ourselves properly. Then practicals came. It's easy. We did it, our school helped us and all that. Practicals was done. Then the pre-boards came. I was shitting bricks at this point because I wasn't doing good in anything. Like my first pre-boards, I failed in 2 subjects, physics and chemistry. And bio, it was my favorite subject. So bio, it was a natural for me. I did bio good. And I put in more effort, more time into studying properly. So on the second pre-board, I cleared my chemistry paper, but I still failed my physics paper. I don't know. I just couldn't do physics. I think a lot of you will be out there who are like me. Like you understand my struggle, right? How much ever I study physics, I wasn't able to get marks. I don't know why. I don't know what was wrong with me. So it was going on. Then pre-board, our teachers called me. They're like asking me what's wrong with me, what's happening, why aren't you scoring marks? And they kept advising and all that. I was very anxious. Like I was so scared that I'm not even gonna get 400 plus. All I wanted was just 400 plus at that point. Then pre-board 3 came. We were just going halfway through the exams. Then lockdown 2, COVID second wave hit. So again lockdown. By this point we heard that the board exams will be continuing, so we were studying at our home, so that wasn't a problem. I wasn't wasting time this time. But there's rumors started spreading saying board exams are going to be cancelled, and no one believed it. I definitely didn't believe it because it's impossible. Board exams are something which is important for the 12th grade in India. I didn't believe that, so I just kept studying. But then June 1, 2021, they announced.
All right, so CBSE Class 12 board exams have been cancelled. The Prime Minister saying that the decision has been taken in the interest of the students.
The joy I got after seeing that news. The first thing I did, called up all my friends. We were in a group call, told them, bro, just come play Call of Duty, and we all hopped into the game and we were just playing it till midnight. I was just playing all day. For the next week or 2 or something, we all were just playing Call of Duty, and playing video games and having fun because of the joy. Board exams getting cancelled, right? After that, after a while I started realizing most of my friends dropped NEET, they shifted to engineering. Good for them, they're doing good now. But I still wanted to do NEET, so I had to get back into preparing for that. I revised my 11th. I pretty much covered it fast. I was shocked. I covered my 11th fast. I covered it in a week. But then I was studying my 12th. Yeah, it was going on. By this time, our dates were announced. The first time they announced the date, it was on August 7 or 11. I'm not sure. I think I forgot. So I'm not sure about the date. but yeah, it was around that time. So the time was just a month and a half or something. But later on, after students protesting on Twitter and all that, they postponed it to September 12th. So I had like 3 months of time with me. And Akash, but this time Akash started putting pressure on us, so I had to focus on that. So Akash kept giving us tests, normal mock tests, chapter wise test, all that. At that time, I was doing not average, above average. I was like average, below average. I was doing fine. But after that, when full portion All India Akash Test Series AIATS, you would have heard about it. So when that started, done for me. Like I couldn't get above 350 at all. My highest was 350, so I never got more than that. And the amount of fear I had in me, bro, I just can't explain that. Whatever I would have told by now would have been like smooth or like a low tide, but now it starts going deep down inside the ocean, like dive deep in. That's how my life was gonna turn. So September 12 came. I had zero confidence. I was too scared. I don't know what I was gonna do. I didn't know anything in physics. I couldn't do physics. Chemistry, I hardly knew anything. The only thing I knew was biology. And the confidence my mom gave me, and I just went inside the exam hall. I sat there. We were actually made to wait for 2 hours. Then we were let inside the exam hall by 2 p.m. They gave our question papers and OMA sheet. The first thing I did was closed my eyes and shifted to biology, because I knew if I see any question from physics, I'm gonna my pants and I'm gonna mess it up. So biology, 2021 paper, the biology was fine. It was decent, and yeah, it was pretty much easy. It was average, so I was doing great. By this time, my confidence was building up, and I was doing fine. When chemistry came, I didn't know all the answers. I didn't know most of them. I just did whatever I knew. And when I came to physics, by this time, I knew I was done for. This is not my year. But by the time I came to physics, it's gone. I knew it. I knew I messed up everything. Like, this is when I was thinking, all those time I wasted during lockdown, all those time I faked my online classes. If I would have just studied at that time, I know I would have been confident. I would have finished my paper. But no, I didn't. I wasted my time, and I experienced the consequences of that.
What did it cost?
Everything.
So yeah, I couldn't do physics. It was gone, and 5 p.m. our invigilator came to get our OMR papers. I still remember this. This is such a painful moment in my life. I was gonna give my OMR sheet. A teardrop rolled down my eyes, knowing how my parents are gonna feel, like the disappointment I've been to them right now, how I messed up my life, and it was all gone. Like my head was just spinning. I couldn't take it myself. Even now it hurts. Even now I feel weird talking about it. It was so traumatizing. I didn't even want to go outside the exam hall. I didn't want to meet my parents. I didn't have the courage to meet them. I didn't have the courage to tell them that I messed up. But I had to eventually. So I went out. I see my dad having a good smile on his face, thinking I did great. But little did he know that I was going to disappoint him. When I went next to him, he asked me, "How did you do? How was the paper?" I just shook my head. No, dad. No, dad. And he was like, "Why? What happened?" I was like, "The paper was tough and I was underprepared." We went to the car. My dad didn't speak a word. My mom kept asking me, "What happened? How did you do?" She was like excited. I told Mom, "No, I messed up. I didn't do it. The paper was tough." Then the rest of the ride home, the entire car was silent. We reached home. No one spoke anything. I came right into my room. They went into their room. It was locked. I sat in a corner, didn't do anything. I didn't know what to do. My parents, the whole house was silent for like 2-3 days. It was just sad. It was just so depressing. Kept blaming myself for everything. I had to. First, they started talking about me going to other countries, like Russia or Philippines, and all that to do my MBBS. But then they decided it's only 6 months for the next NEET to come, right? Because ours happened in September, so the next one was supposed to happen in May. So they're like, fine, just 6 months. Put in more effort and you can do it and you will get it. But still, out of every other option, the least one I wanted to do, not even the least, I didn't even want to do this option is repeat. I never ever wanted to repeat. I don't know why. Just thinking too bad about repeating. I didn't want to do that. But I was put in a coaching center again. This time it was Green Park. Most of the Tamil Nadu students would know this. So in Coimbatore there's a branch. It's a day school branch. That was a game changer for me. Now it's after Diwali of 2021. So it's November 7, I guess. My first day in the coaching center. But this time, it's the same thing what happened to me in the beginning of 11th. I didn't want to talk with anyone. I was being too hard on myself. I used to blame myself. I used to look in the mirror and abuse myself. It was a hard time for me. But I did have a few friends with me to talk me through it. So thank you all of them. 2-3 months, I guess, November, December, Jan passed. And now I was actually studying. No, I paid attention to my classes, but I was still depressed. I didn't enjoy anything. I had zero emotion towards anything. I wasn't feeling happy. Then Jan, I started recovering from that. I started studying. This time I was fully fired up. So far in the repeating phase, I've been studying. I've been listening to classes and studying, putting effort, and that's it. The weekly test, I was doing fine. To come back from classes by 6:30, used to sit and study till 9, take a break for dinner, then again come back, sit at 10:30, study till 12, and all that, and get up by 6, study for an hour, then go to the class again. It was going on smooth, doing great in my weekly test. Feb, March, April, May. Yeah, so we are closing on to May. You're expecting our exams to be on May. Again, they postponed it to July 17th, but that didn't change anything. I just took it as an opportunity to study more. Repeating actually gave me a lot of sense. I learned a lot about life, seeing so many different people because there were repeaters in this class. It was all so different. Everyone was from different backgrounds, so everything was different for me at this point. So meeting so many new people, I learned so many things from them. I learned more about myself. I'm actually grateful for those 7 to 8 months. So thanks everyone, whoever helped me, who was there with me during that phase. It was closing in, D-Day was coming. Then June middle or last, I guess, grand test is the full portion test. It started. I was doing fine until then, but again, as the first attempt, now my mock test in the full portions, I wasn't able to perform good. This last time I was under prepared, I understand, but this time I don't know what was the mistake at all, because I studied, I put in the effort, I knew the concepts, I knew most of it, but still I was not able to do it. I didn't know what was wrong with me. I was so confused, but I never gave up. I kept giving exams. I never ran away from exams. And please, all you NEET aspirants out there, don't run away from your exams. Keep giving your exams. If you do bad, don't worry, just keep giving it again and again and again. It will help you a lot, trust me. Tests are so damn important. I have experienced it and I have seen many other experience it live. So please trust me, exams are important. But still, even now in my grand test, I wasn't doing great. I spoke with teachers, what should I do? Please teach me the strategy, how to solve papers. They gave me all the tips and tricks and I kept following. Sometimes my marks increased damn badly, sometimes it fluctuated downwards again. It was ECG graph, up, down, so I couldn't predict anything how I was going to do in NEET. Then the main day came, July 17th, 2022, the day which was going to change my life. I went in, it was the same hall, I was allotted the same center as the last year. I went in to the same college, so I had to give the exam in the same place. Went there. This time I was not made to wait for such a long time. Went in, sat in the hall, got the paper, 2022 paper, whoever wrote it, I think we all know that the bio paper was messed up. It was hard. But still, as bio was my good thing, I was able to do bio. No, this time I was not able to do as good as I did in 2021. But still, I was able to do fine in the bio paper. And chemistry, I aced it. It all goes to the chemistry stuff in Green Park. Hats off to you, sir, and thanks a lot if you're seeing this. Only because of you, I was able to do chemistry so good. He made chemistry interesting for me, so I learned a lot in chemistry. I learned a lot of new things in chemistry. So yeah, chemistry I did good. Physics as usual pulled my leg down. Wasn't expecting, but I did do better than the first attempt. Still not up to the mark. So yeah, physics was there just like that. I did it. I came out, I was expecting about some 510, 520. I came out of the exam hall, but that's exactly not the marks I got. And yeah, I know pretty most of you want to know my mark, but I don't think I want to say my mark out. But I did get enough marks to get into a medical college. So I got into a medical college after that. Counseling happened, got my result. My parents are happy, I am happy, so that's it. Here I want to thank all my friends in the repeat period who are there with me, all my school friends, and everyone who has traveled with me so far. Thank you all for spending your time for me. And this is my story. It might not be an inspiring or a motivational story, but I just want to share my story, that's it. But it may not be something special to you, but it is special to me. It was important to me, and I just want to share my story with my audience, and that's it. If you like the video, please like, share, comment if you want to know some more about my NEET journey, and subscribe. If you want to get in touch with me, my Instagram's link is in the description. Please do check it out and follow. So see you in the next video. Until then, bye bye. Peace.